What happens when a nation's maritime security is threatened? Picture this. A chemical tanker linked to Israel is attacked off the Indian coast, triggering a wave of concern across the globe. The suspected culprit, a drone, the alleged instigator, Iran, according to the United States, but Iran denies these allegations. In response, the Indian Navy makes a bold move. It deploys its guided missile destroyers to the Arabian Sea, aiming to investigate and neutralize this new threat. This action is not just about one nation protecting its interests. It's about the broader risks to maritime shipping amid the volatile Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This incident has caused ripples of unease, making nations worldwide question their maritime security. After all, if a drone can attack a chemical tanker in the Arabian Sea, what's stopping it from happening elsewhere? And so, the world watches, as this attack marked the beginning of a new era of maritime threats in the Arabian Sea. In response to these threats, India has stepped up its naval presence in a significant way. Over 10 frontline warships have been deployed, stretching from the North and Central Arabian Sea to the Gulf of Aden. This formidable fleet includes the likes of the INS Kolkata, INS Kochi, INS Chennai, INS Mormugao, INS Talwar, and INS Tarkash, each equipped with marine commandos ready to respond to any threat. This enhanced maritime security operation is an independent initiative by India. While the US-led multinational Operation Prosperity Guardian is also active in the region, India has chosen to conduct its own operations to ensure the safety of its waters and the commercial vessels that traverse them. The threats faced are twofold: piracy and drone strikes. Both pose a significant risk to the commercial vessels that are the lifeblood of global trade. The Indian Navy, through its increased presence, aims to deter these threats and enhance surveillance throughout the region. This is not a temporary measure, but a persistent presence, indicating India's commitment to stabilizing the situation in the Arabian Sea. In addition to the surface vessels, the Indian Navy has also deployed P-81 long-range maritime patrol aircraft and MQ-9B Guardian drones. These assets provide high-resolution imagery and advanced sensor data, enabling real-time surveillance and response. The Navy has also coordinated closely with the Indian Coast Guard to enhance surveillance of the country's exclusive economic zone, demonstrating the unity and strength of India's maritime forces. These operations are not just about deterrence, but also about response. As recently as the 5th of January, the 7 500-ton INS Chennai and its marine commandos, backed by P-81 aircraft, thwarted an attempted hijack of a Liberia-flagged merchant vessel in the North Arabian Sea, rescuing the 21-member crew. These enhanced maritime security operations demonstrate India's commitment to ensuring the safety of its waters. With a strong naval presence and the ability to respond rapidly to emerging threats, India is making a clear statement. Its waters are safe, and it will do whatever it takes to keep them that way. Let's take a deeper look at the capabilities of the Indian Navy in combating these maritime threats. Key to the Navy's prowess are the ISR, or Intelligence, Surveillance and Reconnaissance missions. These are regularly flown by P-8I long-range maritime patrol aircraft and unarmed MQ-9B Guardian drones. These advanced aircraft are capable of providing live feeds of high-resolution imagery with their electro-optic and other advanced sensors, offering a bird's-eye view of the vast seascape and lending an upper hand to the Indian Navy's operations. One of the standout moments in recent times was the daring rescue of the 21-member crew of the Liberia-flagged merchant vessel MV Leela Norfolk. This operation, executed by the 7,500-ton INS Chennai and its marine commandos, showcased the Navy's ability to respond swiftly and effectively to threats on the high seas. Backed by P-80 aircraft, the team thwarted an attempted hijack, demonstrating India's resolve to maintain peace and security in the region. A common misconception is that Indian warships are not equipped to counter drone attacks. This couldn't be further from the truth. Indian warships come armed with a variety of guns, short and medium-range air defense missiles, and even jammers. These assets can be deployed rapidly, ensuring that the Navy is always prepared to respond to any situation that may arise. The Navy's mission-based deployments in the region enable rapid responses to emerging security challenges. Whether it's combating piracy, deterring drone strikes, or maintaining a persistent presence for enhanced maritime security, The Indian Navy is always on the front lines, ready to safeguard the nation's interests. The Indian Navy, with its advanced capabilities and dedicated crew, stands ready to protect its maritime interests. While the Indian Navy operates independently, it is not alone in its efforts. In the vast expanse of the Arabian Sea and the Gulf of Aden, cooperation is key. The Indian Navy continuously shares information and coordinates with navies of friendly foreign countries. These include the powerhouses of the United States, the United Kingdom, and France, among others. This collaborative approach bolsters overall maritime security and domain awareness, strengthening the collective response to threats in these critical sea lanes. Beyond this, the Indian Navy employs mission-based deployments. This strategy allows for rapid responses to emerging security challenges, ensuring readiness at all times. Whether it's a pirate skiff lurking in the shadows or a drone hovering ominously, the Indian Navy is prepared to respond. In the face of escalating maritime threats, this collaborative and responsive approach is more important than ever. It's a broader picture that involves not just the might of a single navy, but the collective efforts of many. With the support of its allies, India remains a formidable force in maintaining maritime security. So, where does this leave us in the face of escalating maritime threats? As we've seen, India's response has been swift and decisive. With over 10 frontline warships deployed, including the guided missile destroyers like INS Kolkata, INS Kochi, INS Chennai, and INS Mormugao, as well as multi-role frigates like INS Talwar and INS Tarkash, India has shown its commitment to safeguarding its maritime interests. These heavyweights of the Indian Navy, along with marine commandos, are maintaining a persistent presence in the Arabian Sea. They are enhancing surveillance and deterrence against piracy and drone strikes, contributing to the stabilization of the situation and promoting net maritime security. Despite not being part of the US-led Operation Prosperity Guardian, India is sharing information and coordinating with friendly nations, bolstering overall maritime security and domain awareness. This is all part of India's mission-based deployments, enabling rapid responses to emerging security challenges. And let's not forget, India has been regularly deploying warships on anti-piracy patrols since October 2008, showing a consistent commitment to maritime security. As history has shown us, when faced with threats to its maritime security, India will rise to the challenge with strength, sophistication, and unwavering resolve.